Hello, I'm Tim Scott. I'm the writer, director, producer of Sushi Arcade.
Hello.
I'm joined by...
Nice. I thought you were getting too tired to introduce me. Oh, and I'm Erick Gibson, director of photography, at least in part on this Sushi Arcade.
Not on that shot, or this shot.
No, not these. These are animation stuff.
Well, this was an arcade in Frederick, actually, where we superimposed the animation into the screen. That's a stock shot.
Thanks for that explanation.
We're going to go... This is a... What is this?
This is going to be hard for me to help you because I don't know that detail.
That is a stock image of some sort that I bought. It's oil. It's kind of like how they did 2001. All the effects like oil kind of...
That's supposed to be Earth, right? Or no? Well, we don't know because it looks a little different.
The narrator's consciousness.
But I was going to ask you about this one, yeah.
So Erick just watched this for the first time.
Yeah, this is my second viewing only, and it's only been about an hour and a half, within an hour and a half. I remember this. Look at the dust.
Yeah, the dust is fun.
I'm your narrator.
That is not effects. That was just
Welcome to my home.
what happened.
Do you like the blowout behind him? The kind of...
Oh,
So all the film effects, you know, this shouldn't be a surprise, but it was the software dehancer that I used to color grade. So that's how we were able to get this sort of look.
The looks, right?
This was the first day of shooting, right? We did this stuff.
Just sit back.
Yeah, we did. We shot at the studio with him, and then we drove to Orange County to our friend Charlie's house to do this part.
Really? We did all that in one day?
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember that.
Left profile.
How many days total was it? See, I don't. There's a lot of stuff I'm not going to be able to remember. But anyway,
this is a
totally improvised. This amazing. I was just blown away. I'm just trying to capture it all, run the camera, and
Jeff.
Get
we
some
kind of
coverage.
worked this out. We weren't sure what he was going to say. We had some lines. I bumped into Jeff while we were a couple days before the shoot, and I can't even remember if he was originally cast for this or not. I feel like he wasn't. It was very last minute.
I think you explained to me that he wasn't. Like, I was just like, what is it? I don't even know what's happening right now.
And
what is
that's
going
Max's Christiane Kubrick painting in the background. You asked me about why is there a Kubrick in the credits. So that was my excuse to get a Kubrick in the credits because she gave us permission to use the painting.
Well, you had told me
So that's
on location. You had told me before, but I just forgot because it's been 6 years. But here we are.
So
Pretty nice glitch effects.
I'm Hudson Wizard of Hudson Wizard Studios.
So this was shot by Erick Medina, who was second unit.
Looks great to me. Loving it.
That's the bathroom shot at Liz's house.
Right,
AKA
but I mean, the treatment I
Claudia.
thought was pretty cool there.
So this
and then
this was all because all the screenings I would do, people wanted to know more about the dreams. Erick's just loving this. All
he's
the
pretty fun.
ridiculous elements.
I wish we could have done more of that. Or I could have done more.
So this
of
set
that.
was at the same location in downtown LA, a place that was for Claudia's room, Claudia's apartment.
They even had that swivel chair.
It's a rental place. You'll see it. This is in the same building. It's a place that you could rent for fashion photography or whatever. That was one of the coolest shots.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I enjoyed us trying to get that.
Expression of our knowledge and purpose. The only paper that's allowed to be sold to the consumer.
So this was shot
Now, how do we
2 whole years later.
We have state-of-the-art
To try to give some more context to what these dreams are. I was trying to make the dreams in the film like you'd see them, but it was just too... It didn't serve the story, but it was also just too labor-intensive and costly to try to... It was supposed to be sort of like this Tron-like world. That would have been rubies, and then the gnome dream would have been reeds.
Pretty serious discrepancy there. Gnome world and Tron world. That dream scanner, I was not.
That's a new thing.
Yeah,
too.
nice new dream scanner.
Yeah, thank you.
Very retro.
Same technology, a 3M. Some sort of scanning tool, I can't remember. Photocopier.
Wow.
Hudson Wizard Studios only accepts red papers.
I like the line. I want to go to bed. I remember
Yeah.
that made us laugh.
I mean, there's some other scenes on the other couch. There's so many things with those three that was kind of fun, I think.
Yeah.
But it's, Had to cut it out, right? Sci-fi building.
Well, we've checked through your profile.
What was that
It
for real?
seems you carry a lot of
Cartoon
promise,
Network.
Reed.
Oh. I don't think you have a property release for the Cartoon Network building that we just...
No one's gonna watch this.
There you go.
You should really take a look. Let me share with you.
And I like how Reed is like your wardrobe. He's like somehow your friend in real life is the hunky version of you.
Yeah, yeah. The as Jeff Goldblum said when we went to see him at his jazz band in wherever it was, he says, "You remind me of a young Marlon Brando." Yes, yes. That's what he said to Nate.
No way, really?
Yeah. He was like, "Oh,
Wow.
I wasn't
That's
there.
such a
but-
compliment.
I wasn't there, but somebody vetted it, and they told me.
You had that
Someone
story
told
like
me-
confirmed
yeah,
by
yeah.
an alternate source.
Yes.
So now what?
Yeah, see, look at this.
I need to get in front of Hudson Wizard.
Briny
I like that
is great.
three-shot.
We should talk about Briny real quick. Well, she's,
Yeah, oh,
she's
yeah.
off the screen now, but she's
Yeah.
she's a dancer and choreographer. She's not even an actor, so to speak. But she
Great
Did an
job with those,
excellent
delivering
job.
those lines. Yep.
so
in the office
convincing
scene that
as
we
this
just saw.
snarky BBC
Mm.
woman who's just
Yeah,
gonna
she
bring
was
the,
great.
bring the hammer down.
That was such an easy. We got that so easily, really. You know,
It was
because
it was
those
very
two, the two of
smooth.
them, you just knocked it out.
hmm
And we had a lot going on with the.
I like this finger. That could be a big moment. That's the face that
Yeah,
you
the
like.
face. Well, I mean, there's a bunch of good performances from everyone. I wish I could draw attention to all of them. But yeah, Briny, and there's a lot more in there that didn't make it. You know,
There's
that
a
they had to
second
do.
scene with Bryony too, where she brings him back, where Claudia brings him in.
but not anymore.
Not anymore. It's been
Right.
cut.
Plus, there was like the ID card. There's like some stuff.
Well, yeah,
Like
that's
she
what
was
Christian
his
cut,
job,
the
recruiter.
editor who
She's
saved
basically
this
his
thing.
recruiter. Yeah. Well,
She was saying, "Oh, you're going to work at the sustenance services team."
pretty good VFX.
Oh yeah, the
After the
swimmer
fact.
who wasn't there.
Swimmer who was not there. In the pool that was there.
Right.
And how you got all these random, pretty excellent locations, especially this one.
This is my
People's
friend Max's
homes.
house.
Yeah, such a. I mean, that's one thing I've always thought about is like and admired about you is getting all these disparate people to give up their time and property sometimes and their homes, let you into their homes and other things, borrow their cars
It
or
doesn't
whatever.
always work. Not everyone
No,
goes
of course
for
not.
it.
Of course
you know,
not,
but you gotta ask.
But it's always amazing to see and how much effort your friends will put forth for you all night.
Yeah.
You know, some of those
yeah,
late
you guys
nights.
are great. I couldn't do it without.
Well, I didn't mean
without you.
me. I meant the
No,
others.
no, everyone. You too.
And like Mike was there on the the scientist scene, you know, like just randomly helping us out.
There's Betsy in the back.
Oh yeah,
That wasn't meant to happen, but that's all right.
amazing. We got
Just
away
use
with
an
this
extra.
with no light, just in the dark.
And so it was all based on sort of not all of it, obviously, but I mean this catering thing and
Well, just like
meeting people. I mean, for instance, Nate has a great story about meeting Christopher Nolan at a DGA event. He said his hands were really big. I just remember him telling, yeah, his hands are huge. And and apparently he's asking questions about the coffee, like it's one of these coffee dispensers. He's like, excuse me, I don't know. How does this work? Like he wasn't sure how does it. He's like, oh yeah, just push it down. So he was able to have a little conversation with Christopher Nolan about the coffee. But it's just kind of like this with Hudson Wizard, it's just kind of just this weird idea of wanting to belong in this world, but then clearly not. And there's no end.
like jumping above your station.
Oh yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sure. Yeah, I mean,
There's just no way in. There's no.
from caterer to this or caterer. Yeah,
So it
Gotta
really
be
is
rough
about the
when you're-
Hollywood struggle. That is a
when
big.
you're like watching it all happen in front of you, right there, touching it, serving up cookies,
Mhm.
or
what did he say?
helping with
Tuna
coffee.
on a cookie is what he says.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh man, but yeah.
So this is back in Florida, because
right, yeah.
the
So
special
I
thanks.
couldn't help
there's
with this.
Julie, she told me, she's like, why? She's in this at the end of the special thanks. She had a great idea, or just a good instinct to say hey, we never see Reed really give up on his dream. He just sort of steals someone else's. Shouldn't he just really hit a low point And that's where this. So I was
see.
like, that's what we should do. We should really see him, you know, distraught and kind of just moving on. And then he gets the opportunity with Claudia's dream. And he sees it.
Just quick compliment for you there, for all, you and Seth. It seemed like a really good match, though. Like, I feel like for a little bit I was kind of confused if that phone booth was going to be like right over there.
Oh, yeah, with the bridge. Yeah,
It looks like the same world, the same town.
I wasn't even there.
Oh, you?
Yeah, it was just Seth and Nate. So
Oh, wow.
props to them for doing that.
Yeah, nice job.
So the platypus stuff was originally going to be in their world, in the reality with Nate, with Reed, but it was just so bizarre and so B-movie, as you know, as you remember at the time.
Certainly,
I was like,
had
what
my
is
concerns. I mean,
it was just so different than the rest. I mean, it had its own thing going on, you know. Instead of cutting it, I thought, well, what if it was some other reality? And that's where the idea of the narrator sort of being,
I suppose my job is done.
a guy who's in the films, a guy who's in the watching movies.
so he's just this weird godlike figure who watches TV movies,
Yeah,
and he can just swipe through them, and they
and his
they
consciousness
merge.
kind of merge the worlds
He
together.
just swipes
Mhm.
the movie worlds together like this.
Yep,
He's the ultimate dream creator.
in a sense, yeah. So it's always shifting. It's always shifting under our feet. the original
Indeed, it
script,
did.
The original script was much more concrete. It wasn't as.
I mean, I felt like we were following something. I mean, we had some loose moments, but
But I mean, there wasn't this notion of, oh, the narrator could be watching a television, a
Yeah,
little B movie that will then cross over into the
Right.
reality that will then, none of that really was there. So that was all figured out years after
well, and
through the post process and just reworking this thing to death.
I think you were talking about the narrator. You were still working out the narrator's role in the whole thing when we were doing it still, I think.
That is true. Do you remember the
kinda
stuff
came-
we shot with him in the back seat, and he would talk to the camera, saying he would
Oh,
reference
totally.
the director. He would reference me. At one point, I think he says Tim. He's like, "Is that good enough, Tim?" He turns
Yeah.
into a jerk.
Yeah,
Some like total
yeah.
a-hole in the sound booth.
Oh, yeah, I
How
remember
was
that.
that one? I remember him
Yeah.
doing like really over the top, like. But
Yep.
just
A lot of stuff got shot that didn't get used. But before we get too far along, I thought whatever coverage we managed to pull off in this bar scene,
between
I felt
her
like
and
we
him, yeah.
did a pretty good job. So I'm proud of us.
Mhm.
As distraught as I was during.
I'm Reed. Reed wrote up.
Maybe we should talk about the team, like who's actually shooting this, like who's.
Sure.
I mean, again, we just finished Motorbike Jazz
Mhm.
commentary less than an hour ago, and it's kind of the same thing.
Train very
You know,
hard.
it's such a small
Well, I'm glad.
group.
Maybe I could.
Yeah, not a lot of resources, but I feel like we did really
There's no lighting.
well. Oh yeah, we didn't have any lighting. So yeah, that's one thing I'm proud of us for, is somehow pulling it off with old sensors and darkness and no lighting, no auxiliary lighting, just working with what we had available.
We had
And also,
Riley.
and with our great extras right there, really putting their best foot forward and giving their all for us for nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or no reward, I mean.
No, yeah. The reward was
For
the
our-
adventure.
The
being
adventure
a part
of
of
it.
something, I guess. Yeah, it
Yep.
was a labor of love.
I'm
for
also
sure.
proud of myself for gimbal running with these.
Little Tokyo
Kept
Mall
up
right there.
minutes.
That's the high up shot is from that parking deck later.
And now
This is
he
a
had the ticket.
Back
alleyway
alley.
in Burbank.
Back alley Burbank.
Oh
At
man.
least in his mind.
Look at those practicals.
Downtown Los Angeles.
No permits.
Nope. That's what the movie should have been called.
No permits.
Back in the that place where you can rent locations for.
What an apartment.
Yeah, I remember people would say, "Where's the sound design for the phone?"
Oh yeah.
It's like, no, this is just like an atmospheric, synthy, moody moment. We don't need.
I guess
the
they
sound.
may have a point there.
So,
Because we weren't always getting along perfectly. I mean, I guess we
No.
were in a way, in a functioning, working way. I guess we were.
No, yeah.
That's
it
what
was,
I mean.
That was tense.
That's just one thing. It was work.
It was work, yeah.
It was work. It
So
was a
many
little
night-
tense, but I think
and late nights. I mean, we would sometimes you and I would go out and get B-roll in downtown.
we were
and things
tired.
At
Yeah,
3 a.m.
that was definitely some of the most sleepless
4 a.m.
days on both those
It was
films.
a lot of sleeping in. It was very
Yeah.
because I mean 90% of this is at night.
I am here to help.
But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about a little bit, I guess, because that was a reality. It's like me and you trying to work through it with a very loose script at times and trying to get together with our visions and make this thing work out, get something
There was so
out
much
of the
stuff.
situation and try to think it through on the fly without any real assistant direction or help.
Nope.
And kind of sometimes a little bit butting
There's
our
some
heads,
B-roll that
maybe.
we did at 3:30 a.m.
Yep.
Yeah, not too much.
Not
it
really
was more
much.
just like pressure.
Yeah, like let's figure it out. We had all these people waiting on us, counting on us, and we got to get this done.
And the quick trivia: Tracer is right behind Nate. The word Tracer is behind Nate's head there, and so that's how we got to name the.
That's where the
character.
name came from. Yep.
Yeah.
And just some.
So in the credits, Tracer is this
And how
mask guy.
And we just, how did we even come to this? How did
That's
this
that's
end
in
up?
Silver Lake.
But I mean, how did we even end up doing that? I mean, that was not in the script. There's not supposed to be that.
No, I think it was.
No,
it was
wasn't,
different.
was it?
Well, it was originally supposed to be a whole
Where are you?
creepy cult kind of thing of like all
Right.
these like masked people.
Right, but the mask part, the whole mask.
But it became just one person stalking it.
Well,
because
one,
of budget
it was like one
restraints.
assassin. Yeah, one assassin. How,
And
why?
it kind of makes more. It kind of works better. and
Well,
it's-
why would you need more than one assassin when you got this one?
Yeah, exactly.
He's tall. He's very fast, running. Very fast runner.
and he's
which-
connected to the sort of the sort of multiverse.
Yeah, he's got a little
like
parallel.
spiritual world
Overlord.
in a sense, because
He is,
you know.
partially psychic or something also. But
because
yeah,
he's picking up the narrator's picking up on it.
yeah. Oh yeah, he's sensing that someone else's special powers is in play, and now we're gonna find out how fast that assassin can run, and that's why you don't need multiple assassins because that dude is fast.
And so that's an example of
Had to
the
keep up.
limitations making it more interesting.
Like my legs were limitations, like not fast enough of a runner.
So you thought that you didn't remember the fact that telephone wasn't there.
Yeah, I was going to mention that also. Yeah, I did not
We had
realize.
to rent
I
that and
forgot
put
that
it
you
there.
actually rented a telephone booth prop.
This is one of your best shots, right?
Oh yeah.
Not well. This is cool, but that.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's a little silly and funny, but he's got his hair is nice.
I like it.
And then it kind of all transitions
I had
together
to
here. I think.
recrop. Actually, no. I think you can see me right there in the back left.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. I thought I
We
cropped
should-
it out.
Oh man,
I think I
want
just
to
kept
rewind
it.
that now.
It's like no one's gonna care or notice. So they let us. There was a security guard here in front of the concert hall. And he said, "Just stay over there."
Oh yeah,
Remember
that's
that?
true. Yeah,
Just
yeah. Stay
don't go-
away.
Don't go
Just
past
changed
this.
everything we were trying to do. I think.
Don't pat. And everyone who like New Yorkers and mostly New Yorkers, I think, that watch this, they're astonished at how there's no one around. But it's a car city.
As was I.
You know.
Yeah, but this is downtown Los
It
Angeles,
wasn't
I
even that late.
believe.
It wasn't even that late right now.
No, it wasn't.
There's no one around.
I don't know how we got. Yeah, it feels like we did it during Corona or something, but it was
No,
definitely
no.
well before.
It was
And just
it was
like-
like 8 months before that.
Okay, Reed.
Yeah, I was shocked at how empty everything was. Also,
It kind of works with the dream likeness, the dream world, you know. The strange.
oh yeah,
just the
like it's
strangeness
not
of it
real.
all.
Like these are the only humans and only characters around, trapped in this nightmare.
So that's Betsy did the platypus, one of our producers, and she was
incredible.
She was
Betsy.
very pivotal to the.
Yeah,
she did AD type stuff.
Yeah,
all
you're
kinds
right.
of stuff.
I forgot. She was helpful with all kinds of.
But
different
she
stuff,
made
yeah.
that whole platypus outfit or costume and
Are done.
performed as the character too. I don't know if she's really credited in the credits, honestly. It was just well, she is for making it, but not actually performing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw her name there.
Probably
Oh
should-
yeah,
probably
you're
should've
right.
put that
There
in
might
there.
have been not. You're right. That might be absent.
Maybe it was just like redundant, but
Look at those eyes.
This was much longer. He had a much longer speech here.
There was a lot of different things here.
But it was kind of improv. It was sort of all over the place. I mean, everything just sort of was whittled down. I mean, what you are seeing is like
Well,
I
you're
don't
going
even
for a
know.
full length hour
It was
and a half.
supposed to be a full length film, but I just couldn't make it work. And so Christian, who edited it, I mean, a lot of people edited it, honestly. Kind of got their hands in the mix, but he's the one that's credited as the editor because he just really saved this thing. He was able to sort of take the story of this character who gets in over his head, kind of delusional, and then sort of comes around at the end,
Sounds like some people I know.
Yeah. Nate always would say, I'm literally just trying to play Tim here. That's just that's my goal, is to be Tim. That's what that's why you got the glasses and the quirky shirts and stuff. Other than not the catering outfits, but so there's a bit of me in here. But there's a lot of Nate too, and just the whole thing. But the whole Hollywood experience, trying to make it out there. But what was I gonna say? So yeah, Christian really. I mean, I think I was telling you earlier. Originally, Reed goes to that meeting with Bryony in the office, and she gives him, here, you're going to be a sustenance services team member. But he cut out all that, and it's just like, why can't he just be a caterer already?
Oh,
and he's
man,
trying
we
to
had
pitch.
so much stuff was shot in there also. There was a lot of work in here.
I know.
But that's how it goes.
It expedited it. The story is just so much more lean, and it just moves.
Yes.
So I think it's a much more enjoyable experience to watch than the hour and 10-minute
Might have been a little
art house version,
slow,
so to speak. That's kind of just like this. It doesn't linger. It's sort of like what Lucas did with Star Wars. It's like nothing lingers on anything too long to kind of let you see the rough edges. It's sort of like cut, move to the next thing. I don't know. It doesn't get boring. I mean, some of the sets were really eclectic and interesting. This one's just a giant white room. You see what I mean?
Well, when you're kidnapping people, I mean, do you really need a lot of furniture? They have a nice couch and a bathroom.
What are your thoughts on
Bravo.
this scene?
There's one last thing we need to do before we make this red paper dream a green paper hit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I'm running out.
This is where we're wrapping. Well, there's so much to go through. We missed most of it, but yeah. It's too fast.
This is
basically the wrap up. This is the wrap up crux moment, right?
You didn't remember shooting this, but it was behind. It was in the same alleyway that we shot.
Good reminder.
Yeah.
I do remember making her hold this thing and do all these things.
Yeah.
After you reminded me.
I remember her doing this a lot.
Yeah, I remember kind of torturing
extending.
her. I mean, I remember she was probably over it. There was maybe too much coverage in that back trash alley, in the trash alley.
No, Liz was great.
See, I want to see like the phone number on that sign back there.
Look at this rotoscoping. Bouncing all over.
So fantasy vibes.
I can't.
So 80s.
He is a wizard.
It's pretty 80s.
So 80s.
It's pretty 80s.
Yes.
We are trapped in the 80s.
It's
yeah, look at that.
The Goblin King.
I mean, I remember shooting this just like, I don't know how this is going to work out. I'm like, what are we doing here? We had to I had to think it through or try to figure it out with you. And then I still was unsure.
Yeah.
I was full on not sure.
Yeah, I think it's just that kind of film. I have to feel it out.
But still, you got her in the magic crystal ball thing. Worked out.
So that's Little Tokyo. Lots of shots from Little Tokyo. Oh, I should also mention, in terms of Little Tokyo, the name Sushi Arcade. So I started the script in 2018. I had the idea by 2015-16 with Nate, when it was just, not a sci-fi, and then it evolved in 2018.
Look at all our great cast members. You gotta talk faster, man. It's gonna end.
Started writing the script, and it was I totally lost it. That's all right.
They started writing the script in 2016, and that's why it's called Sushi Arcade, which I actually still need a little explanation.
Oh, yeah, so
where's the arcade?
So right before I moved out of LA, and whatever year it was, 2017, I was doing this thing called Sushi Arcade night. Or I just called it Sushi Arcade, and I would invite friends. We'd get sushi in Little Tokyo, and then we'd walk over to the Arts District at the 82 Arcade and play arcade games. So that's where the name came from. It was sort of like Wes Anderson with Bottle Rocket. You kind of had the name apparently before he even had anything to do with
and not
Bottle
much
Rockets
relation.
Yeah, exactly. And it's sort of like it just sort of stuck, and you couldn't get away from it. So that's really so the idea of like having an arcade game at the beginning was sort of like a nice sort of nod to the meta nature of the narrative, where it's like maybe this film exists in this world in the early 90s, and there's an arcade game of it in the same way that there are arcade games of other movies, perhaps, that sort of thing. It's sort of just sort of a snake eating its own tail, the whole time. Is it an arcade game? Is it a dream? Is it a movie? I don't know.
I still wish we'd done that next level 2.
Oh yeah, maybe we should tell everyone.
Well, I just need to get it out on on paper somewhere, which is not paper, but recorded, because we talk about it a few times over the years, I guess. And before we even did this, right? We did have the idea before. It was like the whole thing needs to be a documentary of us trying to deal with all this, and all these other people trying to deal with us, or whatever, and somehow loop that back into the overall structure of your idea and have them be mixed around.
Well, the idea was, I think, would be sort of, we would cut into the movie itself, like what we just watched, but then it would cut out and see the movie being made. Was that more or less what it was?
I don't know that we ever worked it out in its entirety. No. I know I did not, and I still have not yet, but somehow they get squashed back together in a super nonsensical way is maybe one way to go.
Yeah.
My way was like real simple. Just have a documentary piece of us trying to do this.
You always said that the movie, the making the movie was more interesting and more drama than the movie itself.
Well,
which is
I
true
didn't
in many
quite
ways.
want to call it out like that, because that seemed kind of mean. But it had its own. It has its own interest level, I thought, for me anyway. And
yeah.
Just because there was some struggle, I guess. And,
right.
The other, motorbike jazz, you broke a motorcycle and people could have gotten hurt. Could have been some good documentary material.
At least we didn't have that kind of physical danger on this one.
I was one night, I remember when we first got into the desert, in the town with the lake, staying at, oh man, now my brain's.
Oh, Worthy's
house, yeah, I knew it was a W. Staying at Worthy's house, with her parents' house. I remember just being mumbling to myself, passed out, face down on the floor. And you guys were still talking about whatever, but I was just down and
I do remember that now.
But that's not much drama though either.
Oh,
just
so
me being too tired is not high drama.
This was a deleted scene. There's a whole section of animation that I had animated, and the idea of this is the little gnome. You see him at the beginning on the arcade marquee next to Reed. So that's the dream that Reed wants to do, that wants to present to the world, is this little story about
the gnome world.
Yeah. So the gnome is dreaming at the end.
So yeah,
a dream within a dream.
My mix of a weird documentary version of all these people making this film and then smash that in there is not that far-fetched. Then also jam your animation thing in there too, and it's just true art film nonsense.
We could still do it now. You could just retrofit this into some sort of new, maybe it would be like us shooting the movie again, but in a different way.
Oh man, yeah, you should just do the whole thing over, everything over in the same way, and then you still have some of this to cut into there, and just mind punch.
Well, that's what Erick Medina told me years ago when I was still trying to make it a feature. He said, "Why don't you just make this a short film? Just have this be a proof of concept." That's kind of what it ended up being. In a way, you could make something bigger from this. And people have even talked about, oh man, this would be great as an anime film, because the marquee at the beginning is in an anime kind of 90s anime style. That's a whole other, that's to do that well, you need millions of dollars.
Yeah, you don't have to abandon your idea by any means. Just keep refining and remaking the same. You could anyway.
Mm-hmm. It is in the nature of the story and the style of the film,
Well, right. You could do different dream paper dreams.
Right.
And then they could just loop. What happens when you inception the dream paper dream world? Like
I
you
kinda feel
just
like
go
that's-
too deep.
I kind of feel like that's
That was
what,
kind of what my documentary plan was in a way. I wanted to
Yeah.
like have it somehow like which one is which and have it get confused. Like the camera operator is suddenly like like one of the actors from this like is suddenly Reed, and the
Sure.
people are just flip flopping around, and you're just like, what?
well, you know, one of the
Oh, there's almost an
inspirations-
example somewhere that I could.
Well, I think about
I could think.
Fellini's 8.5. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the inspirations for this. I think if I were to trace it way back, you know, this idea of, you know, you can make a film about a guy who's trying to make a film. Yeah. That this is inspired by Ninja Turtles. I don't know if you remember
Yeah, well,
the sewer main that goes the sewer
Yep.
lid. Those
is that the only arcade reference?
I think so.
Yeah, that's why I kind of was bringing it up in the last segment there. It's like, that arcade. Everyone always asks me, what's the sushi and the arcade part of this?
And you're just like, I don't know.
She does eat some. I mean, there is some eaten later in the background.
There is sushi, yes, and the arcade is at the beginning. Why is the arcade game called Sushi Arcade? Is because in that world, the Sushi Arcade movie exists. That's what I've always thought.
Hi, folks.
See the spider webs on that clock?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about that, but the dust was great. The dust blowing around.
I kind of feel
couldn't
like
even make that happen on purpose. I
it
probably
works
wouldn't have thought
great
of
for
it.
his world. I think he's just this old
I think it's fine.
world man, this narrator who
That was just random B-roll I was picking up for no good reason, really. I just knew we were in some time-distorted, mentally deranged situation, so I should
this
probably
pig-
just film the old clock, and then there's that pig.
this pig that just sits there.
I'm not even sure how I feel about that, but I like
Stares
how
at him.
the pig has one eye for that scene, though. Like just one little eye
looking.
peeking,
Left profile.
and then the fully improvised.
Okay.
I don't even know how long we were shooting this, but
There was a script
Your sideburns.
for it, but it wasn't that. It was good, but then he kind of worked it out
Yeah.
through improvisation.
yeah.
This whole tray hand thing was just genius. This is Jeff Hopkins, very talented guy, really funny.
Yeah, I thought he was great.
I love Herman's Frederick's expression. Is it Frederick?
Wait, who? What?
I think his name is Frederick, I guess. I can't remember now.
We are terrible.
I'm so
Officially
tired too.
terrible. I know,
I haven't
you're-
talked to him in a
you're
while.
Exhausted. I know.
But his expression there, Herman's
Yeah,
expression.
Herman. Yeah. But what was I gonna say? But I was gonna say you were like practically writing Jeff, right? You're practically writing him into the rest of the movie after that scene. Like,
I
it was
was
almost
trying
like,
to.
oh, got to start the whole thing over and get him in there more because he's just too funny. And
That should have been the
Too
movie,
good.
just the movie about them as caterers with that guy.
then you have that potential to go back on. But yeah, these are so great. That was Eric, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other Eric, not me, not me,
Yes,
Eric, but
yeah.
the other. Yeah, those are so great. All those with him, the just little cut sequences.
Yeah,
Of like a commercial. You know,
exactly.
Like the
Almost like
commercial.
B-roll of a
Well,
commercial.
it's B-roll from that a commercial would use
Paper today.
for selling whatever he's selling.
And that's no small thing. Moving on.
No, it's not. I want to be a dream creator. I want to be a better dream creator than I am now.
By a vetted and approved
I'll take classes at the Hudson Wizard School of
That'd be great.
paper writing, paper making,
for literally.
That should
dream
be a
creation.
thing.
That brings us.
When I was doing the color grading, I was thinking about
Yeah, that
early 90s indie stuff like Swingers and things like that.
right. But those aren't really like sci-fi though. So I'm trying to figure
No,
out what
I know.
sci-fi
I don't know
reference
what I don't know what I'm doing
that the
here.
lady swimming in the pool was given off.
I love
for
that
me.
car that goes
Yeah, that's
by.
tight.
Yeah.
Something tight about that.
So
The
this is
happy
Seth.
accidents, man. Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
is Seth shooting. Nice
Yeah.
job, Seth. We love it.
So
Not even in this-
apparently they threw this in there.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, you weren't even there.
There's cameras around. They throw it in there. Like Nate throws it in without like on the wrong cue, and Seth wasn't recording. That's
No
why
way.
you don't see it hit. You don't see it
Oh,
hit the water.
well, they had to go get fish it out, right?
No, there's a string on
Oh,
a
nice. Wow.
fishing line.
The
on it.
behind the scenes
But then
genius
but then it drifted.
of the two of them
apparently.
only. It's not drifting a lot.
No, they had to wait a while because they couldn't pull it in. I don't
Oh,
know.
really? Wow. Yeah.
It's all sketchy.
Some behind the scenes we're not getting on that one.
Yeah, we don't
We
know.
were not there.
We weren't there.
But yeah, they did a good job matching like the same kind of vibes of the
Mm-hmm.
LA because that was not LA. bridge.
So Betsy
Is inside there.
is inside that thing. She made it. She performed in it.
Oh yeah, I forgot we shot all that in Frederick, right?
Yeah,
I forgot about
that
the
was
green
shot-
screen day.
Mhm. Yeah, that was October 2019, I think. This has been a very laborious. I'm just happy this is over.
You're tired now.
This has been.
You're finally allowing yourself to be tired.
I had no idea.
This is. This film was.
That's where things are at.
You want more commissioner?
I suppose my job is done.
That's right.
Something about seeing it now is like, oh, too bad we couldn't get more of that. That guy.
It's such a small world. So, Gillian Hutching, who advised on this, she's an editor. One really cool. Did I tell you this? She was the editor on Blade Runner Final Cut.
I think we talked about this a little actually at one point, but
so
it's been years.
She knew that guy, Daniel Schweiger. I can't say his name right. Who played the commissioner?
Okay.
She's like, oh yeah, I know him. You know, it's just like,
Wow.
so funny. You know,
There's the
such
sushi.
a small world. Even when a giant place like Los Angeles, you know, it's all these. You know, you do enough work, you meet a lot of people, and those people know other people that, you know, you get it. So there's the sushi. We got the sushi.
We got sushi.
It's all coming together. See,
I don't know about all.
the
coming
producers
together.
told Wes Anderson, you got to have some bottle rockets in there. So he has Dignan and all of them pick up some bottle rockets, and they shoot them out the car.
I remember. Yeah.
Check the box. Done. So we should mention that the soundtrack is Sean Dockery, who I found on YouTube. I messaged him and we really hit it off, and he was generous enough to let me use all this music.
It's you.
Like I said,
It's me.
I'm a big admirer.
extending those resources.
And of course, he did some originals too, like the credits
Claudia, nice
is
to
an
meet you.
original, and then I think
So
one
what's
more.
that? You got working on the next big hit music? Is that what it is?
I love his eyes shifting.
I'm
Yep.
working.
Nate.
I'm
So
trying.
there's
Some
Is that
excellent,
what it is? Is that what it is?
some excellent performance by Nate.
Trained very hard.
Some interesting
I'm glad. Maybe
flirtatious
And Liz too.
awkward energy here.
Yep.
happening.
Yeah.
Are you Claudia Canarino?
Yes.
I love.
Would you take a photo?
She's like totally in her space.
Yeah, definitely
It's like-
edged out Nate there, but I think that's pretty realistic.
This is
Happens.
great. Yeah, it's like
Look at
it's
him,
like the
he's
girls
so-
will stay together.
So
Get
good.
this guy out of here. You could tell the wheels are turning.
I think we already talked. Did we talk about this already in this commentary, or was that the motorbike jazz commentary?
Which one?
The
Oh.
learning, the experience.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
Like
always helpful
What you
to
take
hit
away,
on
what
it
you really
again.
take away. What you really take away, is the learning experience of interacting and negotiating and communicating with other people on set and in these kind of high pressure situations.
Car, let's go.
That's almost more of what it's about, and more interesting to your experience as a person than the actual sitting down in a theater or watching it on YouTube or whatever and seeing the final film.
Yeah. Well, the difference in making and watching, right?
Mhm.
Being an observer or a participant, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of hands-on and a lot of talking fast back and forth between us and other people.
On Reed again, shall we? I know you're all wondering about him. Aren't you?
I feel like the process for me is always just trying to not be boring,
Hello.
not just settle for something predictable or standard. You know, it's sort of like, how can we push this to be more interesting and
Yeah.
eclectic
I wanna know
and
who you are,
idiosyncratic
so-
and unexpected?
I'm your narrator.
It's like, I just don't want it to be boring. You know, I don't want to.
So,
I want to do
are you
something.
my conscience?
I am.
I don't know. It has to be unique. It has to
Even though you
be
did steal that nice woman's red paper.
something kind of out of left field for me.
I like the overreach.
Yeah.
It's better than under.
Yeah, yeah. It's
And I mean-
frustrating though because it puts you in a position of, like you're saying, you're under the gun in all aspects, you know, and that includes even just narrative. It's weird because there are projects that.
Once again, yeah, I can't interrupt you, but
No, it's okay. There are projects
those
I want.
bars, like how
That was great.
Why does
Yeah.
that look so cool, and how did we find that? I don't know, but yeah, the way that I don't even know what that was actually. Now I can't remember. Why does it have these
was a garage.
bars though?
There's bars
Or I guess,
everywhere.
but just the way that they appeared, the look of it kind of worked.
But I was going to say
interesting,
there
I
are
guess.
projects that I want to be more conventional, that I want to be more of like a 3-act structure and a hero's journey and and all this. But I find that those kind of things, maybe this is just a cop-out, but it's almost like I would like more resources, aka money, to really make it well and polish it. It's like until that time comes, or I have something like really a simple story that that touches me and I want to do that is doable on a low budget. It's like I'd prefer to go more this route and just sort of make things and sort of letting an artistic vision and a feeling drive things more than. Is this making sense? It's really
You're super tired. Well, I'm just thinking about other stuff going on, but I'm kind of staying here and commenting on what's actually happening.
You jump in.
Well, just in compendium, is that the right word? I'm not sure, but
Could
just
be.
a part of what you're talking about. Mine, it was a different thing a little, and that was just about doing these things with people. Well, I mean, I didn't even know most of them at the time, but then I'm sleeping on like the next couch over, and just like our times off that we had, hanging out and getting to know each other and becoming friends. Basically, was such a great experience. Also, like it has not much to do with the final product or really anything else, but doing stuff in your life. But yeah, like me and Nate on adjoining couches, sleeping very little. Amounts, and then kind of like getting little breaks for taking walks.
The friendships and the human experience. That's what I like about it the most.
I mean, I
is
also
the
like
social aspect.
That's what I really like about
a tribe.
Is the social aspect, but also just watching people give of themselves for you, or just give of themselves to make something and do something.
Do something.
Just to do something and have an experience together.
Yeah.
And not block each other, get in each other's way, but try to work together on getting it done, no matter what. That's meaningful,
cool.
Man. That's meaningful.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a really good time.
That doesn't happen every day,
And
right?
Betsy's in the costume there, but I can't look at her while I'm talking about her, but she's one of them too. All of them. Look, and there was also, while you were talking about that other stuff, there's like some really great performances, I think, from everybody, or like various people along the way there.
Okay, Reed, now listen to
that I
me.
kind
You
of
have to stay
enjoyed.
right there. Just stay where you
But I didn't really watch all the takes.
Yeah.
Some efforts were made. I mean, people are really trying, you know, and all these, other people are watching them, under pressure and stuff. Some of them not as good, obviously, a little sillier too, whatever, but.
Well, they also had an insane script to work with. So we can't hold
I'm not
anyone
holding
back.
anything against them by any means. Definitely on us.
On
you.
Yeah, on me, 100%. I was going to say, did I ever tell you the ratio of raw footage to...
And where'd you get it?
You know it? You actually know it? How do you know it?
Sometimes it's because I pulled it out on one timeline.
Okay, just check it.
Sometimes it's duplicate cameras, like two camera A and B at once, but not very often. It's like, this is 28 minutes long, including credits, and I think all of it together was like 36 hours, 38 hours.
Wow. Huh. Does that mean I'm in trouble with...
A lot of that's B-roll. Think about it, like it's so like endless
Right.
B-roll down.
That seems like a lot.
But it's insane.
How is that possible? We didn't really do that many takes, or none of it's very long. Oh man, what happened to the freaking gas spray? I just forgot all about the gas spray.
We should do a whole commentary on the cutting room floor
I'd have
scenes.
to watch it again. I'd have to watch the 36 hours to even remember most of it.
We should
But what happened to like the nerve gas scene? There's no nerve gas in here.
We should make a new an alternate cut of like just every scene.
I mean, you certainly can, but we just make something else too, I guess.
No, yeah. It wouldn't be like polished. It
But
would just
I'm
be
just
slapped
glad
together.
that I'm reminded of the nerve gas scene, because no wonder it was 36 hours, because that took a little bit of, some of it did take some doing,
Yeah.
like to get that even somewhat believable with our special effects resources at hand. You just had to have nerve gas. We just couldn't kidnap him in any normal way. Just
Yeah, exactly.
Just like punch him and black bag him. You had to have nerve gas.
Yeah, sometimes
coming out of like a robot's arm. Was it a robot that gassed
No,
him? I don't even remember who gassed him.
It was Darian,
Yeah.
who was originally one of the masked characters,
And
but
he-
now he's just Hudson Wizard's assistant.
Right, and no chainsaw anymore. He's a very dangerous dude. He's a very scary assassin type dude.
Not anymore.
No,
Honestly,
he just
it was
stands
just
around.
it was bloated. The whole thing was just bloated, and what Christian did was just
He definitely trimmed up, yeah. But
it's
still,
just the story. I mean, it's a very simple story. You know, a guy wants to break into this world, he can't. He's pathetic. He's
Once
delusional.
again-
He steals something, and there's repercussions, and then he makes a good choice at the end.
the
I mean, you know,
desperation.
it's very. There's not much. To be honest, it's pretty overly simplistic, almost absurdly so. But I think what we set out to do was to make something that
Congratulations.
just makes you think. It's more of a journey into a world, into an imaginative landscape of concepts and things. You know, that's the flavor of this film. I think that's what it brings to the viewer.
Mr. Rhoda.
a miracle.
The nuts, a miracle. The nuts and bolts of the plot or the big character arcs or overlapping. You know, there's none of that. It's not really what it's trying to do, for better or worse. But
Look here.
I enjoy it. I enjoyed making it.
Oh man, that's what I was gonna say. Just, I'm sure I learned a lot of blocking and shooting that the gas scene, the gassing scene.
Yeah,
Because
there was
must
a
have been
lot.
a lot of difficulty blocking that alleyway scene of getting kidnapped by nerve gas coming out of somebody's wrist.
Who's that?
How did we do?
I don't know. I haven't watched it, so I don't know. It didn't make the cut.
Betsy or somebody was behind pushing the powder or something.
Like a syringe,
yeah,
I
there
think.
was something
But
like
yeah,
that.
the blocking of that.
No.
So maybe we
It's
should tell
probably
the audience real quick. So initially, Claudia teams up with Hudson Wizard's assistant to go kidnap Reed, but Reed's
Yeah.
not there, so she kidnaps and ties up the roommates. That's how the roommates originally ended up in their backseat of their car. Whereas in this, it happens off screen. We take it like she calls them and she's like, "You're in some serious," and it cuts to Liz, right? And so the idea there was, you know, we see that Claudia got to the roommates, and then it just jumps ahead. So that's a great example of what Christian did. You know, it's like there wasn't really a need to kind of gas them and tie them up and say, "Where is he?" Blah blah.
But she's not
know.
even really part of the underground
No,
team in this version.
no, not really.
Which I think I like better anyway.
She's
wasn't
more
too-
innocent. She's more just like a
Right.
normal person who's just a dream creator.
Plus, his decision in the end is to not ruin her life by exchanging it or whatever.
Right.
By exchanging his reality for hers or whatever.
And it's interesting because she's more
Why would you
sympathetic in
forgive-
this version.
But right, why would you forgive? Why would you be like make that choice when she had
Trying to kill you.
She had a katana. She had a sword to your throat. Their
Right.
sword play is also gone. There's no sword play anymore.
Well, you're kind of proving a lot of the points. Like, there's a lot of stuff in the screenplay that was very like.
You just
know.
love sword play.
Yeah, I guess
You
I
just
just wanted
that
I just
sword
wanted it. It was very much like an absurdist type humor, you know, of like, oh, they're gonna be like all chill while she has a sword at his throat, you know, or saying these goofy lines.
Or we would
with
use a
his
sword at
throat.
all.
Yeah,
It'd be easier just to use a knife.
right. Yeah,
But she's a
who knows?
dangerous woman.
It's been so long since I even was typing this up. It's hard to know
It has
what
been
was
a
going
while.
through my
I'm
mind.
trying to remember also. There's the hunky stud version, Nate version of you with your shirt right there. Walking off.
More the Tom Cruise version of Tim, not so much the Nicolas Cage version. A little more Cruise, not as much Cage. I get either Tom Cruise, Jerry Seinfeld, or Nicolas Cage.
Dude, you guys were hilarious with those running jokes together.
Oh, there were so many running jokes.
Well,
Nicolas
those
Cage
you
was
had,
a lot of them.
those existed before
There was
I
Orson
was
Welles
involved.
too. That's
yeah,
true.
Yeah. But most
The
of those
frozen
existed with
peas.
you and Nate and some of the others.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, all that existed way before me.
I didn't say it. He said it. Your friend. I remember Nate would always say that.
Yeah,
Your
yes.
friend. And then what else was there? So many. I can't even remember.
There's too
now.
many to remember. That's why it should have had cameras rolling on us as we're doing this ridiculous behavior.
Gracious and kind
Yeah,
as
maybe
much
you
as I
haven't
can.
quite brought this world to life enough.
The dream is
To-
within the dream, within the gnome's dream.
Right, that it's the gnome's dream.
What's the gnome? Who is?
That's-
who is he? Why is he dreaming?
I don't even think AI can put this together for you. I can't even animate all that together
Well, it's funny.
in a coherent
That's a
way.
whole other discussion. How much of this is sort of a precursor to future things? You know, like in fact, talking about Erick Medina again, he sent me a little thing saying like, oh, there, you know, some scientists are recording in some way, shape, or form. I don't know what it really looks like, but recording a dream, like as
I
someone
think I
sleeps.
saw something about that also.
Yeah.
I think that kind of study or research.
There's something going on.
But that's
there.
kind of what you're trying to tap into here, yeah. Right from the start of script.
Well, it was more just a device to kind of like
Right.
tell the story, but
The allegory of you wanting to jump from your caterer station
right.
to some station higher, to a level higher in the
Right.
caste system, the Hollywood caste system.
Well, it's interesting because
CASTE.
the dream, right? The dream aspect was more like the idea of just something you want to accomplish and do, like. But in this instance, it was like sleeping, which is fine, you know, whatever. But although the gnome is sleeping at the end, so
That's what I mean. Where like you could have
I don't
looped, you could
know.
have dove into the gnome's dream, looped it back, and it's the documentary of us trying to make the film that is the dream paper that just can't get sold or brought to light of the gnome dream, and we're just spinning around.
let me show you this.
You're
I wanna
probably
show
you need medical. You need some therapy.
yeah, I want to show you. Well, first off,
We all do.
is he there? I wanted to show you. There he is.
Oh yeah.
And then, so he's at the
Only alluded to.
end here.
What? Yeah.
So the idea is that that's.
I do love this illustration.
So the arcade marquee is an illustration by
There's the
a woman
sword.
named Aki in the Philippines. Her yeah, there's the sword. Yeah, well, that's the Tron world. That's the.
Well, that's I see Liz's
so
thought.
Aki. She
That's like Liz's Ready Player One character
essentially
with the sword.
she is called Candy Acne on Instagram, in case anyone's wondering.
Oh yeah,
And
interesting name.
And Ardira Putra, he designed the gnome and all the dream characters within the gnome's world, which you don't really see many. You see the blueberry guy sleeping.
Yeah, those I was lost on that, like the bomb flying. Yeah.
So that's the bomb was never in the. So the actual full animation is actually on my YouTube now.
Nice.
But,
This is just a big.
But Dira, he's a pretty prominent artist now. I mean, I think he's done like commercials for like, I don't even know, Apple and all kinds of things. He's really kind of done really well. His whole aesthetic is super interesting. I think his is well, if you just look up ARDHIRAPUTRA, that's who designed all these dream characters. But
Are we talking about Instagram or
Yeah.
what am I looking up right now?
ARDHIRA. There.
Gonna follow.
Yeah, so he designed.
Look at how cute the platypus is, by the way. I mean, just great.
Yeah, it's kind
You
of.
probably should just do the animated version. I don't know. These look awesome.
It would be incredible.
Look at how pensive Tracer is there.
and
Is that pensive or he dropped a cigarette?
Yeah,
pensive, I think.
Yeah, who knows? And then if you want to find
Both.
Aki, you do Candy Acne, just like it sounds.
On the case.
CandyAcne. But you know, the years after the shoot, it was very much you know, I did this thing in New York with this like film group thing where you screen each other's stuff and read scripts, and all the notes that came back. I mean, some of the people hated it, unsurprisingly, but the people that did like it were like, "Hey, I really like this, but I want to see like more than a handful of people wanted to see the dreams. They were so curious to see what the dreams
Of course.
were." And so I kind of went down this rabbit hole of trying to accomplish that, and it was just so counterintuitive. Like it was not what's the word? It was so it just wasn't the story. You know, it was just it was just embellishments. It was just it wasn't necessary to tell the story. Essentially, it was kind of just it's too late in the evening right now.
Yeah, you could probably, but you could probably. Well, I'm going to make sure we're still recording. I'm getting worried. We're going over. Oh no, we're still going on those. GoPro has died. But
I tried for a while to work out. I mean, that costume was originally was designed and created, the Tron looking girl, and then we did the gnome animations, but eventually it was sort of the sunk cost fallacy. You spend all this time and money on something, and it's like it's still not getting across the finish line.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of realize,
Scary.
and then I talked to Christian, who ended up, saving this thing in the edit, and he just was like, "I'm just gonna basically take a hacksaw to this thing, and just tell the core story, which is about this guy."
Right.
And so it kind of went like, it ramped, it started high concept, then it got even more ridiculous with showing the dreams and ramped up over a period of years and all this money and time spent.
Wow, pain.
And then eventually just went bam and just plummeted all the way back down and became the sort of the simplified 28-minute version that you're seeing now. I think it really is the best version. So it's kind of funny because even with this arcade marquee artwork that we're looking at right now, it kind of encapsulates the idea of how the movie was made in a strange, funny kind of meta way. The idea that like, hey, all this could be part of the world of Sushi Arcade. This iteration that you're seeing now you won't see these things, but that doesn't mean they may not exist.
I was going to say, this looks
inside.
like your blueprint for where you have to go from now, or you could.
Sure,
you could reinvent all this, and it's kind of like laid out for you a little bit. You got your concept art right there.
Yeah.
Time to go back. Maybe.
I mean,
it's possible. It sounds like there's been a lot of pain. No wonder so tired. That's like years of like your mind just spinning around, and
it was awful.
No wonder we're so tired.
I talked to Aki about doing a manga of it, kind of in this vein.
I mean, that would have been like a good maybe that's what you need to make to get the funding for your next version or whatever you want to do next. You know what I mean? So
I mean, believe me, if someone told me like tomorrow we're going to be flying to Tokyo and working with I can never remember, not Studio Ghibli, but any of the big ones, and I would do it in 2 seconds. I'm like, hey, we got the money, we can do it. Like, that'd be awesome. I just don't. It's such a this is my problem, Eric, is like, and this movie is a good example of it. Like, very pie in the sky, big concept ideas, no money.
Right. Well, what I was just thinking of, it's getting pretty tiring around here. We're getting pretty wasted. We're
exhausted. Wrapping it up soon,
but
people.
Yeah, we have to because the other two batteries are going to die soon.
And my batteries.
We got 11% and 18%.
My brain body
that was a couple minutes ago. But yeah, you can just let this live in your head. Also, just like maybe it's time to move on.
I agree.
And just let the whole thing live in your head, and it's just one you couldn't quite get out.
Right.
Maybe for funding, but also for the spinny loop that it.
Oh yeah, no. I'm done the spinning loop. That's one of the reasons I uploaded it on YouTube. In fact, I uploaded it on YouTube before I even got word back from some festivals that it was still being looked at. That probably didn't want it to be made public before they said yes or no. But I knew they weren't going to accept it, so I was just like, screw it. Like, I'm just going to put it out 2 or 3 months early, and so it's got some views now.
All right.
I think people are enjoying it. I don't know, but It's done.
I enjoyed it.
We checked the box.
I enjoyed being there and doing it all.
That's
and I'm still enjoying it my time right here this minute. So I want to go to sleep pretty bad.
Yeah,
soon.
me too. Let's wrap it up.
Wait, but yeah, to wrap it up, I think you just need to talk about what you learned a little bit, maybe a recap on what you learned from the whole experience, especially with the pain part, or the difficulty of trying to bring concepts to fruition or something.
Yeah.
Give us a wrap up, some words of wisdom, or what you learned. It doesn't have to necessarily be words of wisdom, but like just what you think now.
I think that,
or like what you would do different, maybe, or what's going to happen.
I think from here, with this project, I definitely learned a lot. I think one of the things that I learned was to incrementally try to grow something and try to work more within realistic means. It's fun to sort of jump out of the airplane and plummet to Earth with assembling the parachute as you go. It's sort of a thrill, but it's also comes with its drawbacks, obviously, and frustrations. I mean, I'm glad that it's done and it's in its watchable state, but it was I think it was a more painful process than it had to be. So I think what I would say, what I learned really was
that you don't like pain.
Well, no, that's
about
true.
time you figured that out.
That's true, but at this, I think it was. I think for me, it's more like I want to have more kind of diligence with the screenplay portion, with the story. I think for me, I am much more of a visual kind of visual and musical kind of like atmosphere type filmmaker and storyteller, not so much a hardcore, narrative writer who just gonna bang out, like, take 9 months to write 52 drafts and make it perfect. That's just not my instinct or my strength. But I'd like to get it more that way, and I'd like to find more collaborators with writing specifically, because I think this idea could have been stronger if I took more time with the writing. I mean, it definitely ended up as a fun and interesting movie, but could it have been a fun and interesting movie plus something more poignant that maybe is more kind of conventional, for lack of a better word, that more people could have enjoyed, perhaps.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking when I'm staring at this the whole time, is kind of like, how many like little vignettes of, meaningful tales could have been coming out of this kind of world that we're looking at, how many, like how there's levels, right? There's like the dream level and the real level going on at the same time, plus just wholly different worlds and scenes that are the dreams.
A B movie that somehow intersects with Reed's world that's not even a dream, but seems to be a VHS
I mean, there's
tape.
just there's a lot, but yeah, it needs structure and written out, effectively, because that's what makes it easier to shoot stuff too.
I think it's
always
a combination.
My gripe, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of narratively. I'd rather try to tell a more conventional story, but that's a different conversation and a different aspect of this outside of the complexity of logistics and budget, right? Sometimes they coalesce, and you make something kind of like this where it kind of needs a higher budget and it's more complex, and also the narrative is kind of unconventional and sort of out of left field. What I'd like to do is move more towards a conventional story that's a tight story that, like, your grandma could enjoy, and your 5-year-old nephew and somebody your age. You know what I mean? Something that kind of just a movie that can work in the conventional movie sense. I'd like to tell a story like that, but also with the logistics and complexity and budget, keep that down as well. And that's why I think I kind of get into more of, like, we mentioned Bottle Rocket, and that popped in my mind, or something even like Napoleon Dynamite, something that's you can accomplish without much of a headache.
Right.
Does that make sense?
So, realistic. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why it was always exciting, because I'm watching you do these things that don't seem particularly realistic.
Correct.
And I'm there
Like, all right.
trying. I mean, they're trying to like be a part of it and do
All
it,
right,
but
Tim,
yeah,
if
like
you
this
say
is
so.
definitely not gonna. I mean, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
Even if we had more people, this is not an easy one. But
Mhm.
anyway, we kind of talked about that many times before, I think.
Well, this has been the pattern for my films. I mean,
yeah, that
for-
is your
for a
life
long
pattern,
time.
maybe. That's,
And
but
I think I'm kind of reaching
maybe
the
just
point
need-
where I want to try something different. I want
Mm.
to try to tell a simpler story in a more
I like it.
yeah.
But maybe just some collaborators needed, possibly.
Mhm.
But in this one specifically, I just realized that maybe this isn't even a movie anyway. This looks more like an episodic situation. Because you could just keep going on forever with how complex this could be or already is.
Right.
You know, you got so many different characters and potential for, you know,
Worlds
telling,
within
worlds
worlds.
within worlds, or
Mhm.
just there's the real one, and then there's the dream one, and that's different episodes all the time.
Yeah, that'd
Because
be
it
cool. You
can
need
be. It's
something
either
to
gnomes
kinda-
or it's the sword wielding hero lady there.
you need some kind
Platypus. I'm not sure where we're going. You know,
of yeah.
but you could,
what's the
if you could tie it all
conflict, you know?
together. I mean, human conflict.
Yeah.
There's plenty of human conflict you could come up with and
Sure.
figure out what part it deserves to be in.
See, this is what I'm good at.
But
I'm
then you
good
got
at, like,
episodes upon episodes, and it doesn't have to kind of be a perfect
Yeah.
wrap up. I mean, it's like an episodic wrap up maybe, but then the rest of the world carries on,
mhm.
and you've got a vehicle to tell stories or moralize or whatever it is you want to do
Sure.
with your storytelling. You've got the vehicle to do a lot of different things. And a lot of different visual styles all fit within there too. That's the great thing about the kind of dream creator thing. Like, it's all up in your head there, just like this film was. Too hard to get out in any visual way without a lot of resources. But, the Tron, like you said, the kind of Tron-ish world is one way. Then the other one reads is like he's thinking cartoons.
Mhm.
So there's tons of different, and you could have zillions of collaborators, doing different things from different styles of animation.
Yeah, I mean, that would be
to
incredible.
real
I feel like
action.
that's. I was gonna try to. I kept saying, sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but I didn't want to make.
You
it sound
better
like,
hurry,
I
'cause,
didn't want to
you got
make it sound
batteries.
like I'm so good at this.
Go.
I feel like my strength, I should say, is broad brushstroke worlds that are kind of unique. I don't know. Some like whatever we're looking at
Like
here on this arcade,
conceptualizing?
yeah, conceptualizing and something that, like, I don't know, maybe somebody else would come up with this. I'm sure somebody could, but it feels like nothing I've seen. I mean, it's a little bit like a lot of things. 8.5, Paprika, maybe, whatever.
We lost one.
See you later. But all that, but what I'm not so good at is being able to say, oh, I know exactly if it's episodic, and within these worlds, gnome, Tron type thing, platypus. Oh, and then this could be the conflict, and there could be this character that could be like, and then this guy's trying to do this. Like, I don't naturally think about narrative conflict and storytelling, which is kind of strange and ironic for a film director and someone who wants to tell stories, So I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it's just
Focus.
or just maybe part of it is I prefer to have collaborators in every aspect, and writing is no exception. I don't get a lot out of just sitting down at the computer and Word or Final Draft or whatever and trying to come up with a story. I mean, I do it because I have to most of the time, not because it's like really something I enjoy. I enjoy more the social aspect and the world building and the collaborating and the planning and the getting people to all the stuff we've been talking about, the friendships and the camaraderie of it all.
So you're rethinking your role now.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I guess I don't want to. We can't end this on devil's advocate, like using AI tools to write.
No,
But
I
guess
don't
somebody's going to
necessarily
ask
mean
it.
that. I think.
Well, I mean, it's an
Yeah.
option. Somebody's
Yeah.
going to give that as an option for you, so I'm going to throw
Right.
it out there.
Yeah.
Or we could just force you to sit down and write these things, and then force you to keep doing it and keep doing it. But yeah,
Put it this way: if somebody
other
comes out of left
responsibilities.
field and wants to help me make a Sushi Arcade series, or if you know people, or if there's something else where this could go, that'd be awesome. But I do like your idea of sort of saying, hey, it's cool in our mind. We can think of this version, but we don't have to kill ourselves to make it happen.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, you could compartmentalize it, or just let it off. You could compartmentalize it and recontextualize it, and keep using some of your concepts that you've come up with here, or you can just abandon the whole thing and start over with something else.
That's what I'm planning on.
You're still alive, so anything is possible.
Right. All right, cool, man. Well, what about from you? What are your closing thoughts?
Man, I can't give any more closing thoughts
You got it.
because we got no more recording ability.
Oh, that's right. Well, we got multiple
I just
recordings.
realized your mic just went down, so you need to make sure that
Okay,
keeps
check
going.
1 2.
Yeah, this thing, or maybe I'll just hold this in your face.
We're good.
But yeah,
All right, let's
hopefully
wrap it up.
Hopefully, we got your final wrap up.
All right.
But my final wrap up was asking you the final wrap up question. I think.
Okay, cool.
I think I've talked up enough.
We got it. Sushi Arcade. It was a great time. Thank you to everybody.
It's a good time to make things with your friends, or maybe they're not even your friends. Maybe that you don't get along with them that well, but you still manage to function, communicate, and function and make things together.
Yeah, that's what it's
Like
about.